of Aegis never really disguised. And if you're not able to feint out a flexible character like Peach, all it takes is one back air to close out the stock, close out the game, and close out a punch ticket into grand finals. And we're getting right into it, Ritual.
Yep, and we're seeing again that first stage counter pick, just like in their last set, coming out here on FD. We also saw Jukain checking his phone, getting a little bit of that reading prep in that you need to make sure is so on point against Hero. Oh, and winning that first neutral interaction, already converting 60%, but getting reversaled out of the corner, and just like that, this game's right back to even, and now you have to contend with Hero, who also gets a heal on top of it. This just feels like a repeat of the last set early on right now.
Buffs online, forward tilt 1-2 with Psych Up and Oomph stacked together.
And a bounce.
And yeah, this is buffed. He's a buffed man. Oh, but no jump. Has to look for a zoom here. But no, the SD. Not like this.
That's the second one we've seen from Jukain in 2 sets. The pressure getting into him just a little bit here early, but he's looking to maintain his composure. Down 2 stocks, but at kill percent, looking to find this one quickly. Either throw off stage, trying to catch Hero's recovery, but good air stall from Sola here. Finds his way back, gets his way back to stage. Opts not to pull the trigger on the heal, not because it's not optimal, but just because he didn't have enough mana to pull something else after, wanted to keep his options open. Now again in the corner, but this is Peach, right? Stray hits without, she sometimes just can't find these stocks at these weird, or high percent ranges, and you see a Hero at 172.
Yeah, the discipline from Sola, just like, okay, I'll take a throw here. I'll hold shield, and what are you gonna do about it? I have so much. I'm holding so much of a lead. Throwing out that down smash, I believe, even with the extra shield stun from the Oomph, 1.2 times power boost. Unable to really break it though. We needed a crit to do that. But with Psych Up online, forward tilt coming out as well. 96% Flame Slash Sizzle, Magic Burst on 2 below. And the calmness of Sola just to sit and wait, nowhere to land but on stage or on ledge, and these just in control. The Crackle Slash doing the rest of it. Sola shrugs, and Sola moves on with that game. And throughout this entire bracket, has not had a coach. This is a coaching of open event. Jukain and Sola both can freely talk to their coach, but Sola just doesn't have one, doesn't need one.
And I just want to talk about that replay for a second, what we just saw, right, where he had that wait with the menu open. You talked about it a little in the moment, but it wasn't just patience of finding an option he liked. It's if you looked at all of the options, he had Snooze, right? He had Flame Slash, he had the Sizzle that took the stock, and he had Magic Burst. All 4 covered different spaces, different options. And it's one of those situations you're terrified of against Hero, to the point that it forced a character switch all of a sudden, and Jukain says, I've had enough of losing to you. I'm going Cloud. I want to out-neutral you right now. And Paula Bastion, Cloud, what do you think, UBL?
I think this Cloud isn't as a surprise as it seems. So Jukain has a Cloud, but it's not normally for the Hero matchup, and not normally pulled out except in very extreme circumstances. But hey, after dropping 3 games in a row to Sola here in Grand Finals, I would say this counts. You gotta make the most of the opportunity. Sola has obviously figured out the Peach. What are you gonna do about it? You're gonna throw them for a loop. Change up the timings, change up the interactions, and give yourself the speed and power that Cloud can consistently have at his disposal.
Yeah, absolutely. And also too, right, it acts as that mental reset. And for someone who we've talked about not necessarily being the biggest fan of Hero and having 2 SDs, this might be an opportunity for him to just get a little bit back. And even though he loses stock, comes right off the Angel platform, finds that pivot F smash. Really good job from him on that turnaround. And all of a sudden, this game's right back to even, finds a cross slash Ash, and we're just seeing Cloud's how hard Cloud hit really to the fullest extent right now.
Yeah, not to mention the downside of Oomph. Not only does it do Hero's moves get buffed by 1.2 times, the damage they take is boosted by 1.1, I believe. So all that damage. Back air to cross slash does a lot. Doesn't normally do 50. Why zoom there? Okay, and you're gonna hold that cross slash anyway.
So, and speaking of zoom too, zoom is actually something not only can you see on the radar, but even right before it shows up on radar, it's actually a stereo audio. So if you have headphones in, and the snooze into F smash finding it, but if you have headphones in on a zoom, you can actually hear where they're gonna land on stage. I still see people who don't know that all the time. That being said, it doesn't matter if you know that, if you can just keep this corner situation going, find the stock, however, Sola finding his way out of it, but not managing to make too much happen, and missing the 2-frame on the dash attack, but Jukain still can't quite find this stock. Sola's ready for everything he throws out. Finally, the back air takes.
Yeah, a bit too overcommittal with that frizzle coming out of the corner from Sola there. As Jukain letting that movement rock, getting the limit at a perfect time. Up airs after up airs, that waiting for the air dodge, but not pulling the trigger on the finishing touch. Instead, just being consistent and going for the blade beam, but giving Sola a chance to get one buff. One buff may be all they need. Oomph online and plenty of mana, but without that stage control, please avoid the whack.
So we've seen the surrender Sora. But are we seeing the dawn of the confidence cloud? Is this a new thing we're seeing here? Because Jukain's play has just felt so much more assertive with Cloud in this game than any of his games with Peach against Hero. Well, no, it's confidence Cloud. We saw it, now we've seen, right? We've seen it historically, now we're seeing confidence Cloud come out. These characters just really showing their hidden powers and the optimal DI there, just barely managing to survive. And the early up B mix up as well. Jukain showing he knows these routes. And the F-Tilt's not going to do it either. He's still with the cross slash, so he's going to make it back. But not if you miss that test. And unfortunately, Fair going to take it. Really good stuff from both players. But there's still one game left in the set.
No, there's not.
Nope, there's not.
It's all dependent on entrance, and unfortunately, well, fortunately and unfortunately, hitting the magic number of, I believe there was 62. And I think that means it's a best of 3, unless the players are sitting back down. But that should be the end of the set, if I recall correctly. Both of these two, yeah, playing well. I really did like the Cloud, and it really seemed like the tools that Cloud had was what Jukain was looking for. When it came to counteracting how Sola played hero, Sola's very stagnant type of play, not really moving around all that much, being very rooted on the ground, taking advantage of heroes, insane anti-airs like jab and up tilt, but needed to just rewire their brain a little bit. Did a lot of risky jumps, a lot of jumps from ledge especially that were eaten alive by things like bang or sizzle, things of that nature, and turned into Sola's favor at the very end with a win at Fusion Arcadian number 3 and a subsequent ban from all future Arcadians. Congratulations!
This is the only time in Ultimate history that a ban is a good thing. But speaking of good things, we'll be right back in a minute. But first, we've got a quick ad for you.
Yeah, I mean,
2023. A national from Tri-State. We're back! They're located this year in the Sheraton Persephone Hotel in New Jersey, and bringing both Melee and Ultimate to the table, which is absolutely insane. Hungrybox is going to be present. Zane's going to be present. IBW, DW, Jmook on the Melee side. Leo, Light, Weak, DeBuzz, and so many more on the ult side. This tournament's going to be absolutely stacked, and you should absolutely be there, which you can do joining the Collision team March 10th to 12th. You can also boost the Start GG. You can sign up, Start GG/Collision. You can sign up. You can book a discounted hotel. And also, if you want more up-to-date information, check out the Collision Smash Twitter page.
Yeah, and that's really all there is to it when it comes to Smash Ultimate in the Tri-State area. Collision 2023 is the culmination of so much talent, both on a Melee and an Ultimate side in 2023, and it's going to be an event you're absolutely not going to want to miss. It's going to have a great venue, it's going to have great talent, and it's going to be a great time all throughout that weekend. But that'll be it for tonight. We got many more weeks before that happens. Many more fusions, of which will be around next week. And that's all there is to say. I've been Ubel, joined by...
And I'm Ritual, and you can find us on our Twitters posted below, and check us out next time. But only if you check out Collision next week, because Fusion's fantastic. That's all I'm going to say.
Have a good night, everybody. Stay safe, stay well, and sleep tight, as it's 11 p.m. here on the Eastern Standard Time, and enjoy the rest of your week.